for use in just 15 minutes. AFS, a Groundworks company.
We used to have kind of a running joke in our family. Whenever my husband would leave for business travel, he would say as he was getting into the car, "Julie, please, oh please, don't paint anything while I'm gone." And the minute he left the driveway, I'd get to work painting something while he was gone, and I would always regret it. I could have used Nick Murray in those days. He's with Certa Pro Painters. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You are very proud of the work you do, and you never apologize for the quality of work you get when you hire a professional painter. But you know that people like me are out there and they're going to tackle those DIY projects
biggest
anyway.
Competition, the DIYers.
So one of the things I learned, I know you're going to offer us some tips this morning so that you can try at least to make it look as good as it can be, is that the cutting in process is not as easy as you think, and you've got to have the right brushes. Am I right?
Correct. Yep, that was going to be one of my tips for sure.
Okay, I'll let you carry it then.
The paintbrush selection, I always tell folks, buy nice or buy twice. So when you go to Lowe's, Home Depot, Sherwin-Williams, Benjamin Moore, there's cheap brushes and they're nice brushes. I promise it is worth the $20 to $25 to buy the nice brush. They have straight bristles, makes the cut-in process easier. The capacity is higher to where you don't have to go dip 1,000 times. So in short, spend the money on the nice paintbrush. An angled brush does help get into the small crevices, but a flat brush as well will work for cutting in straight lines too.
Okay, I think you told me that you had sort of 5 tips for people. I don't know if you have them memorized, but that was one.
Oh no, I'm cheating on my phone.
Oh,
right
that's
here,
fair.
sure.
That's
but
fair.
Paintbrush was 1, so we're down to 4.
Okay, what's another tip?
Let's see. The other one is patching nail holes. So if you paint your own bedroom or wherever it is in your home, you probably had decor that you probably want to swap out. And that comes with patching nail holes. The biggest mistake is folks don't push in that nail hole first. They just patch right over it. So take the end of a screwdriver or something and make a dent in your wall. Make it look worse before better.
Really?
Dent it first, and then spackle or use drywall mud to go over it.
Is that because now it's a bigger space for that mud to adhere to?
Yeah, so when you pull out a nail hole, it kind of makes the drywall come with it, so it's protruding a little bit, almost like looks like a little pimple. So you want to push it in and then go over it with the flat so that it is smooth.
Who would have ever thought?
Yeah.
All right.
And then take a little sanding sponge. You can get them for a couple bucks. Take a little sanding sponge, sand it after it dries, and then spot paint it. Like take a little roller or brush and put a little paint on it, because that's different than the wall, because now it's fresh drywall. So spot paint that first and then coat the whole wall.
Okay.
That's the biggest mistake, folks.
Point 3.
Biggest mistake, folks.
Tip 3.
Tip 3, let's see what else we got for you guys. Removing tape. So you want to make sure it dries about an hour, dry to the touch, so you can remove the tape. Don't wait too long, it'll pull off the paint with it.
If you wait too long,
you wait too long, yep. So you might get distracted and come back 4 or 5 days later, and you'll probably pull off paint with it. So,
I have lived that.
So do it when it's dry to the touch, and you'll want to pull it off at a 45-degree angle to increase your odds of not messing up your beautiful paint job.
Now, okay, with the painters at Certa Pro, it's always fun when you watch a professional do it, because us mere mortals do have to tape. Y'all don't always have to tape, do you? Your guys are so...
It's fun to watch someone who really knows what they're doing, because I swear some of my painters, they come in there and they cut in a perfectly straight line against the ceiling with their eyes closed. So I always make fun, like, man, if people could just see this, it sounds boring, but maybe I'm biased.
No, it's not.
But it's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you've ever painted before, you know what a gift
that is.
I've
seen people tangle themselves up trying to tape off the ceiling and all that kind of stuff. Everyone's been there. And if you have to do that, great. But if you can avoid taping, sometimes it can do more harm than good.
Okay, so we're 3 down, 2 to go.
Let's see, we got check for oil-based paint. So like if you live in St. Elmo or any home that is a little older, check for oil-based paint. We don't use it very often anymore for environmental reasons, but older homes might have oil-based paint, especially on the trim. And if you just put latex water-based paint over it, which is what you'll typically see when you go pick up the paint at a local store, if you just paint over oil, it's not going to stick to that oil-based paint from previous years.
So how do you know? Do you get a flake of it and take it?
So what you got to do is you have a little rag, like a white rag, and put denatured alcohol on it, and you just scrub it on the trim or wall, and if the paint comes off, then it is water-based paint, and you're okay. You're good. If it does not come off, then it is oil-based paint, and you need to scuff sand it real quick and put an oil primer on it. Once you put an oil primer on it, Then you can put whatever kind of paint you want over top.
Okay, and the last one.
Let's see, what else we got for you guys? Sheen Selection. I was just going to get the quick tip on Sheen Selection.
Yes.
We talked about it previously, but for like bathrooms or kitchens where it's really like high traffic, or stairwells where the kids put their fingers down the walls, that kind of stuff, you're going to want to use an eggshell or satin because that allows a little bit of a washability. Whereas a flat-based paint, which you typically see on ceilings, it does not have any kind of washability or durability. If you brush your jacket against it, it's going to scuff it up, and you're going to be like, man, I got to repaint every 2 weeks on this stuff.
Right.
The color is awesome because it doesn't have that sheen, but that's the pros and cons, so flat versus satin.
Nick, you are brilliant, because I'm sure everyone watching is thinking, I can't believe he just gave us all these tips. But people will do it, and they'll succeed a little bit, but like you said, then they'll look around and they'll think, I'm not tackling my living room.
Yeah, so everyone wants to do it themselves, and then they get about halfway through, or I don't know, spend a day or so, and then they realize, man, do I really want to burn my next 3 weekends painting this whole place, or should I just call somebody and bite the bullet? So, but either way, we're here to help. So
here's where you find them. It's Certa Pro Painters. They're on Pine Grove Trail. CertaPro.com is the easiest way to find them, or call them 650-4575. These tips he gave, I guess, were for more indoor painting, but they do outside work as well, and obviously very honest. Nick, great to see you.
Thanks for having me, Julie.
Your life is about